I'm not trying to be a humbug when it comes to Valentine's Day, but sometimes our cultural idea of love seems kind of hollow and fake. We use the words love so much I wonder if we know what it even means anymore. I feel like on Valentine's Day, I'm supposed to go and pick out a card, grab some chocolate, get some flowers, and then I'm done. I think love is bigger than that. It's much more important. We went looking for love and found it in its true stories of real people. Watch.
Oh yeah, this is realistic. Hunky guy, beautiful girl on the cover. Yeah, fall in love, little drama, live happily ever after. It's a novel idea, and it's really taking charge at the Thurston Book Exchange. People love romance novels. Maybe it's escape, who knows? Maybe I should try it. I don't know.
I have about 70,000 books in here, and romance is probably about half. You got the,
Oh yeah.
there's always the.
I should probably try one of those.
Put it in the basket.
My basket. That's.
So what else do I need to, if I'm going to start, exploring this new thing?
You need to come up to the urban fantasy section, and they keep shrinking. There were 3 bookcases, then there's 2, now there's 1.5 left because the section is being taken over by vampires that are. If you have a sexy vampire, you've got a bestseller.
Really?
Or zombies, or.
Zombies can be sexy.
Zombies, yeah.
Sex and the Single Ghost. Oh, boo. Go ahead, make my afterlife.
You need that one.
You wanted me. You couldn't very well deny it. She still wanted him. His knuckles grazed down her bare arm.
There's, the romantic suspense, the urban fantasy is what.
Identity as the wolf shifter. Smart, sexy, and stubborn.
Series romances, the Christian romance, historical romance. Callister is really good too.
Oh, is this the one?
That's the one.
Yeah, here we go. See? This could teach me to be just the guy I need to be. He may be undead, but only one woman gets his heart racing.
Put it in your basket. You gotta try it because you're starting to make fun of them again, Rick. We don't make fun of romances.
No, we can't make fun of romance books.
There's just not much there that's not pretty sexy anymore. They're not like the old Harlequins used to be. Okay, this one, read that. They usually do get together. If they don't get together at the end of the book, there's another book. Because they will get together. Or it's going to have a good ending. You know that the hero's going to get the girl. You know they're going to be happy, and they're not struggling with life as much as we have to.
And when we lifted her chin, sometimes we don't get what we want.
People who would not be caught dead with a romance in their hand will pick up a Nora Roberts and love it and come back for more of them. Yeah, you can't judge a book by its cover or the reader by what they're reading.
Colin can't believe the doctor he's been assigned to work with on the Night Butcher murder investigation. The one person who can expose his true identity.
So one day I'm walking down this street and I'm thinking about the love show. That's the one you're watching. And I needed a woman in her late 30s who's never been married, who wants a relationship but can't find the right guy. All of a sudden, this woman comes walking out of this store. We talk, she agrees. Here's her story.
38-year-old Marlika O'Connell thinks a lot about commitment, relationships, and getting married.
I've never been married. Never had a kid.
She's an artist, a teacher, and is working on a children's book.
I'm not tired, I'm just frustrated.
Why?
Because
She's frustrated with men who she says won't make a commitment.
I don't really want them to help, I want them to just be a real man.
A real man who will love, honor, and cherish her for who she is.
I basically want a guy to just reciprocate what I do for them and just love them as much as I love them and be there as much as I do what I do for them, and just, just make it a joint relationship that actually is a good, really healthy relationship that leads to
Marriage. She wants a guy who is not afraid of marriage.
they're not looking for those things at all, and they're not really possibly ever going to say yes to those things. So
So what's that like? Because what do you want out of life?
I basically want a guy in the 1920s that would be willing to do all of the above and get married. And I would like to marry someone. I've dated a bunch of people, and it's just like, to me, I'm kind of sick of dating, and I want to just like run to the altar. I find it just frustrating. I mean, I guess you could say I'm kind of lonely, but
I heard you calling my name.
love is, to me, is someone that's honest, that's loyal, that's always there whenever you need them, and that's really like supports you, listens to you, and wholeheartedly like understands you. I see every relationship as a huge possibility of ending in that happy place of marriage and kids and all that good stuff. And I just think that, I mean, when my mom passed away, she's like, well, yeah, I guess you're probably not going to get married and not going to have kids. It's sad. It's just like, that's crazy nuts. It's like, who knows?
Politics can be the death of a relationship. It's hard to stick together when the public is pelting you with insults and criticism. The couple you're about to meet is always named one of Eugene's most powerful political couples, and they've managed to stick together for more than 40 years.
Before I knew David, he had been in the Peace Corps in Iran, and I had been in the Peace Corps in Ethiopia, and a woman who served with him is the one that I got to know in New Orleans. When I went out to California, she introduced me to David.
So there you have it. That's how Eugene Mayor Kitty Piercy met her husband, David. Together in this part of the state, they're a politically powerful pair.
Special thing. I feel really lucky, because I'll tell you, this job is so tough sometimes that if you didn't have somebody in your corner, if you had to go home every day and worry about how your partner was going to feel about it, it would be even harder.
The Peace Corps provides a foundation for this couple, a view of life that connects them at the core.
Shared experience also gives us a very shared way of looking at the world together. We think of ourselves as part of a world community, and that has stayed with us all our lives. And we have adopted kids, and we have a kid that comes from another country. And I mean, it's just our whole life kind of comes out of that, and it's.
Seeing them together around town is pretty normal.
I think that's part of the love thing. Mm-hmm. You want to be together. Mm-hmm. You want to hang out.
But that's
part of it.
When we're doing something like we're working on trying to reinvigorate downtown, David and I cruise the downtown a lot to check out what's going and how it's going and what's the new thing and all of that.
So we asked Kitty and David, what is love?
Love is when you know that somebody else cares about you as much as they care about themselves. And love is kind of when you know someone's got your back all the time.
How much does love matter in politics?
It's a source of great strength for all of us when we have someone in our lives who cares deeply about us and has faith and confidence in what we can do and loves going through life with us. That's a really special. We're very fortunate that we happen to upon each other, I guess. And it's been very good. And I don't know, probably not that many people after 40-some years who would make those statements. So I feel very, very, very fortunate that we just happen to find each other in this world and be so helpful and good to each other. It's a good thing.
Around Valentine's Day, one of the hottest gift items is fancy little underwear and garments and things like that. And it's all fun and dandy and everything, but what we're looking for is love, real love, lasting love, the kind you remember.
Well, we met through work. We actually were friends before we started dating, and then we started dating and dated for 5 years and then got married. At times been, turbulent, but at other times it's been absolutely wonderful, and we have the best relationship. I can't ever imagine not being with him. We laugh a lot, we cry together, we confide in each other, we have confidence in each other, we communicate. I mean, there's just the bond. I just know him. I know what he does, and I know what he thinks, and trust to me is just unending love and knowing that whatever happens, he will be there. He's got your back. We love each other and we'll stay together, and this is what we want for the future, and that there's nothing that will get in the way, that everything that happens around us we can work through. Because sometimes you can't control the situations that happen to you. Our relationship, it's always been a 50-50 thing. And so if they're not willing to meet you at least halfway, then maybe that's not the relationship that you should be in, because you can't always give and give and give and give, and they can't always take and take and take, because it ends up being devastating. It ends up breaking you down, and you no longer have your own, you're no longer your person, you become whatever they want you to become. You know, because if I did everything for him, then I morph into him, or if he did everything for me, he morphs into me, and you lose your identity. And I think that we both have kept our identity pretty well. We both enjoy doing what we like to do, and yet we have come together, and sometimes I join him, sometimes he joins me. Sit down where there's no interruptions and then just talk, because maybe it won't turn out for the best, but at least when you come away from a one-on-one conversation where you've let it all out, you have a better understanding of where both of you stand. And communication is key. Love's not about fixing. Love is about enjoyment. Love is about compassion. Love is about walking into that door and coming in from work and having that person there that puts his arms around you and says, "I love you. I missed you today. How was your day?" Love is not perfect, but love can be enjoyable, and it shouldn't hurt, and it's a great thing, and I wouldn't change it.
It's a great way to build relationships.
If you're looking for a barber who understands the art of cutting hair, Francesco Michelli is the man. This guy really knows what he's doing. He takes his time, he understands his customer, and he knows what makes you look good. They even do the little extras, like a straight razor shave to get those little hairs off of all those places. Yep, even the top of ears. I'm telling you, if you want a good haircut, somebody who knows what they're doing, a true artist, go to my barber. Fresh cut. Francesco Michelli is the man. 541-357-6903. You'll love it.
Yeah, you do need journalism because, you know, we live in an age where people have a lot of things going on, and there's a lot of different sources that are pulling away from their time schedules, and so they rely on us to be places and cover things that they can't get to. And it might be everything from a city council meeting with a hot topic, such as a sick leave or something like that. And so they depend on us to be there when we're there all the time.
That is so good, Nick. How do you do it? You don't want to...
I love talking with kids because they're so honest. They know a lot about love, you just have to ask them. We were recently at Hamlin Middle School in Springfield and met a young man that just amazed us. Watch. I cannot fully explain love, but I can tell you this. Love, pure love, is most easily found in innocence.
Love is an unwavering attempt and belief in oneself that you can do anything you can desire to do, no ifs, ands, or buts.
Love mesmerizes us when wisdom comes in such a small packet.
All people have the desire to be happy, and I guess I'm one of those people who takes that word happy to the next level.
Love is more than words.
I tell them not only through my words, but through my actions.
Jameson is not a normal 13-year-old boy. He stands out, not because of his wheelchair, but because he's not afraid to love.
How am I not normal? Well, thank you. And I'm probably sitting across from the second most abnormal guy.
So we asked Jameson, how do you show love?
A hug, I love you. Simple things like that get you through the day. And as a future father, I can tell you right now, I'm gonna love my kid better than any other father on the planet.
Jameson, I don't doubt that at all.
True love is also acceptance. Love should make you uncomfortable, at least I think it should. It should make you open your eyes to people who are different than you are. I like that about love. Love doesn't see any color, sees no shape, no size, no hierarchy. Love's just about listening.
The pizza's here. Hurry,
oh
hurry.
My goodness.
Oh, whoa. Come look at this. Size matters. That's the biggest one I've ever seen. Look at that.
Oh, I could have told you that. Wow, that is huge.
Wow. Thanks, Mark. But wait, I've got more in the back.
In this car? This little size car?
Thanks, Mark. Hey, thanks for bringing these out here. I really appreciate it. No problem. Em is really hungry tonight.
Whoa,
Here, Em.
whoa.
She can help us out. You know, I love the way the video turned out. I think it's going to be really cool. People are really going to like it. It's just awesome.
Thank on. Firewood.
It's okay. Yeah, no, don't worry about that.
Oh, okay.
You okay? No, no, she's fine. Don't worry about her, Mark. She's really.
Okay.
Em does this all the time. She's
you
used
know,
to eating.
I'm not super
there she
tall.
goes. Okay, good.
Okay.
So anyway, it was really good of you to bring those all the way out
So
here. Em, I'll be in a second.
I tell people I have the best job in the world, you know, to hold a letter written by George Washington when he was president of the United States. I mean, how many Americans get to even just do that, you know, and to be the person who takes care of that material? You know, it's a fabulous job. It's like all stored away in our stacks, you know. Yeah, just fabulous stuff. People could come in and use the Ken Kesey papers, the papers relating to Pacific Northwest literature, to learn about the migration of people from the Midwest to the West and the Oregon Territory in the 19th century in original Oregon Trail diaries. I mean, people can come here and sit down and use these original documents, you know. It's like we've got this treasure trove of material. They don't really know that they have the right to come here to use these collections, you know, and you don't even have to be affiliated with the university. Anybody could come and use these collections in special collections in university archives, yeah.
Love is also about death. I don't like that about love. When you give your heart to someone else, there should be some kind of a rule that says no one has to leave the relationship first. But they're about to meet, and took their vows and said, "Till death do us part." And unfortunately, that's about to happen. Laura Mason Caldwell's doctors said she has just a few months to live. She had breast cancer that has now gone into a brain tumor. She agreed to talk with us. Here's her story.
Since the diagnosis, I've had chemo and radiation and surgery a couple of different times. So I had a bilateral mastectomy and then reconstruction surgery.
You can understand why Laura Mason Caldwell is so tired of fighting cancer. She says now she's ready to really live.
I don't have to fight in that way anymore. I can just live and grab a hold of what I can when I can and absorb everything I can while I'm here and absorb the people that I love and be with the ones that I love. It's just that there's freedom of just, I can just do what I want, I can eat what I want, I can love who I want. I've even today just have written a letter to a woman that I've had trouble with in the past 15 years, and I just wrote her a letter and just said, I want you to know I love you and I'm sorry if I've caused you any heartache. And there's just things like that that I wanted to be able to not miss. So I'm doing that. It's just one of those things. You have to take every minute and say, I may never see you again. I mean, it's true for all of us. I may never see you again. I need to make this moment with you and tell you how much I love you, how much I care about you, and I need to show kindness to you. Oh, it's a huge gift because you can just really be real with people. Not worry about what they think or the things that are socially not acceptable or that feel awkward. Just to lean into that and press into that and just go, I don't really care if this is acceptable or not, but I just want you to know that I love you. I love that. He's brought fun and laughter into my life, and I think with that is also his fierce stubbornness, which I won't miss.
What is love? It's teamwork. It's a commitment.
Now you're going to have to do it by yourself. I'm sorry. But I think that's what love is to me, is that he never said, I'm leaving. Things got hard. It was always just, we're in this together. No matter how far it goes, we're in this together. And I don't have that impression about leaving a legacy for myself. I don't have that drive. I think the only time I feel like I want that to happen is with my children, that they would know who I was, that they would know what I stood for.
And your grandchildren.
And my grandchildren. That they would know that I was who I was. That's important to me because I think I'm pretty awesome. Last couple of weeks, just that we're going to talk about everything.
We're going to talk about her dying.
We're going to talk about me dying. We're going to laugh about me dying.
What's going to be about when she's gone?
We talk a lot about how that's going to be for him and for the children, and we talk about it because in my mind, if you don't talk about it, they're like shadows that come out of the corners and they envelop the room, and I think only by talking about it does it drive all those shadows out. And I'm gonna miss all of them getting married. I'm gonna probably miss their college graduations and all of those big monumental things. I'm just not gonna be here for. We're doing some practical things, or we're trying to do some things that will kind of leave my footprint on some of that stuff. They'll have a letter or a video or something from me so that they'll be able to show it to their grandkids or whatever.
It's going to be completely different. I don't know what's going to happen, but I'll get through it. As Mason keeps reminding me, he said, we're going to get through this, Dad, because we have a lot of love for each other.
I've said from the very beginning, I want to do this well.
I don't know what it
I don't know what it look like. I don't know how to do it. I don't have the strength to do it, but whatever. And I knew if I was going to do it well, it had to be with a lot of people around me. But I just want to do it well. I want God to be glorified in me. I want people to see him in me. And to me, that means taking care of myself and loving other people and being kind and just trying to, be honest.
It's like going back in time. I mean, this is like the lower 48 was 100 years ago.
One of our loyal, awesome sponsors is Abe over at Ranchito Grill in Springfield. It's right next to McDonald's off of Mohawk. I'm telling you, they have the freshest, the best food you've ever had, a wonderful atmosphere, and the whole family works there. They take care of you the way they would their own family. So when you go over there, be sure, that's Abe right there. Be sure you tell Abe that you saw it on Rick Dancer TV. And then every month, Abe, with us, gives away 2 free dinners. All you have to do is go have dinner there and fill out the little form, and you put your name and your phone number in there, and we do a drawing. And this month, the winner of our drawing is Jason Morales. Jason, you are the winner. All you have to do is go in and tell Abe and Ruben that you're here, and they will give you 2 free dinners. So again, next time you're in Springfield or you're looking for the best Mexican food, go to that guy right there. That's Abe. He'll get you fixed. So do you need to do a better job of marketing yourself? Well, Google says you're 80% more likely to get a hit on your website or your social media if you have a video. And guess what? That's what we do at Rick Dancer Media Services. We create videos. We tell your story so that people will click, watch, and ultimately buy. So get a hold of us and find out more about what we do. We do everything from big, huge productions to small restaurants to yurt manufacturers. And we're going to be starting a new show called Elders, Sages, and Fellow Travelers. So call us and find out more about what we do and how you can get involved, because we have a market, we have a brand, and we have an audience. Wouldn't you like to be part of that? Thanks for watching.